We had been holding the checkpoint for 3 hours when it happened. Long enough for boredom to dull the edge, but not long enough to relax. Traffic came through in uneven waves. Engines idling. Drivers avoiding eye contact. I stood behind a concrete barrier, my rifle resting low, eyes moving constantly, scanning everything. The first shots came from behind us. That realization took half a second to land, but it changed everything. Rounds struck the barrier, chipping concrete into my face and neck. I dropped and rolled to better cover as the radio exploded with voices. Contact rear. Multiple shooters. Close. I popped up just long enough to see movement near a burned-out truck about 50 meters back. Muzzle flashes blinked in the shade. I fired. Short controlled bursts, then shifted position before they could zero in on me. The noise was overwhelming. A wall of sound gun fire overlapping. Engines revving as civilians fled in panic. Then, someone was hit. I heard it in his voice before I even heard the call for a medic. That sound, it sharpens your focus in a way nothing else does. The fight stopped being an abstract concept. It became intensely personal. I leaned out again, firing to keep the enemy's heads down while others dragged him to cover. The attackers tried to push closer. It was a bad move. We adjusted our fire, coordinated our angles, and forced them back into the shadows. The exchange felt absolutely endless. But later, I learned it had lasted less than 4 minutes. When it ended suddenly. No more return fire, just smoke, ringing in my ears, and shouted commands to hold security. I remember my hands shaking as I reloaded, even though the immediate threat was gone. Adrenaline has no sense of timing. The wounded soldier was alive, breathing, already being treated by the medic. In that moment, that mattered more than anything else. As we reset the checkpoint, traffic slowly returned, cautious and confused. The world resumed its normal shape, almost as if nothing had happened. But I knew better. I had felt how thin the line was between routine and chaos. Checkpoint 7 went back to being just a place on a map. For me, it would always be the moment when training, fear, and responsibility collided. And somehow, we held. Thanks for listening. If you appreciate stories like this, consider subscribing.